Hey guys, what is up? Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to be sitting down and playing with some of my old favorites makeup. These are products that I truly loved and I still love and I absolutely miss using, and hopefully I can start using them more again just because I'm having these little deja vu reminiscent flashback moments of how good these makeup products are. So if you guys want to see what my old favorite makeup products are and why I like them, make sure you keep on watching. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you are notified every time I upload, and check out my social media if you want. They are here on the page as well as down in the description bar. Let's jump right into the video, guys. All right, so I have zoomed you guys in. I'm just gonna clip my hair back. Let's get it out of my face. And I think we're gonna start with the brows first today, just because I think I wanna do my eye look first. I'm gonna go in with the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencil. This is one of my favorite pencils from way back in the day. It's such a good pencil. I have the shade Taupe here. I like it because it comes with a spoolie, which is a must, and I find it to be pigmented enough, but I don't find it to be like too waxy or anything like that. So I'm just going to start by filling in the brows. I definitely have a different favorite with my brows now. I definitely don't go for this pencil anymore, but it's definitely still a good pencil. Right now, I think there's a lot of really good drugstore pencils on the market. So if you are a beginner at eyebrows, or eyebrows don't really matter to you, I don't think you need to go out and purchase a high-end brow product, but that's just me. This is a really good one though if you are on the fence for a brand new high-end brow pencil. This one is really good. I like it because it has a rounded tip, whereas some tips are kind of more triangular, like more of a definer tip, and I don't really like that. I like more of a precise tip, if you know what I mean, because it's just easier to get hair-like strokes and kind of get in the sparse areas that you need. So here we have one brow done. I'm just gonna kind of clean it up a little bit, add a little bit more where I need to. And then I'm going to go in and do the other brow off camera, since I definitely don't have a brow routine. I just do them really quick because I hate doing my brows. So be right back. For my brow gel, I'm going to go in with the Benefit 24-Hour Brow Setter. This is such a good brow setter because it's like hair gel or hairspray, but for your brows, and it's clear. So if you don't like a tinted brow gel, I definitely recommend this one as a clear gel. It's going to keep your brows in place all day. And what I like about this is it doesn't make your brows feel crunchy. There are just some brow products that make your brows feel like super crunchy and hard, and personally, I don't like that feeling. So I really like this. It has, let me show you the wand actually. It has a really unique wand. It's kind of like a mascara wand, but it's kind of rounded on one side and a little bit straighter on the other side. And I like that the bristles are long because you can really get in and separate your brow hairs individually with this wand, just because the bristles are super long. Also, what I like doing with brow gel is if you need to trim your brows, I recommend going in with a brow gel first. Get the hairs to stand up and kind of go in where you need to, trim your brows a little bit, so that way you can see what the hair will look like when it's already standing up. I do that a lot whenever I decide to trim my brows. So now we're gonna go in with an eyeshadow primer. I'm gonna use the MAC Painterly Paint Pot. I used to love this stuff. I still do. It's not bad at all. It's just, I don't know, I think you can get the same effect with using concealer and powder on your eyes, you know what I mean, or like a foundation. So I don't really use this that much, but I'm gonna go in and just apply it with my finger. This is in the shade Painterly. Painterly Paint Pot was so popular back in the day. I don't hear much about it anymore, to be honest, but it is a really good eyeshadow primer. If you have oily eyelids, I think you should use a primer because, listen, I have really oily eyelids, and if I don't prime my eyelids, it's kind of like your face. If you have oily skin and you don't prime your face, what's going to happen to your face makeup? It's just going to slide off. And for me, that happens with eyeshadow, so it'll just kind of fade away throughout the day. So I really like going in with an eyeshadow primer. Now we're going to go in with our eyeshadow palette. I'm going to use the Morphe Dare to Create palette. You guys remember when this came out? This was so popular. It still is very popular. But you guys, wait till I show you this palette. It's so freaking good. Let me take the little thing out so you can see. Here we have the palette right here. You can see you have beautiful neutral shades. You have cranberry shades. You have some blue shades down here, and you have some green and more neutral shades down here. I think this is just the perfect palette if you're a neutral lover, but you still kind of want to venture into a little bit of color. I think you'll really like this palette, and it wasn't that expensive either. I think maybe it was like $35, but for me, like, that's not a lot of money for an eyeshadow palette. I mean, I know it is for some other people, but if you look at eyeshadow palettes like Pat McGrath that are like $70, or what, Natasha Denona that's like $120, I would never pay that price for an eyeshadow product, just saying. But Morphe has really great affordable eyeshadow palettes, so they're definitely my favorite brand to buy eyeshadow from. So I don't know what kind of look I want to do today, honestly. I think I'm probably just gonna do like a neutral, maybe a little orangey eye, I'm not sure, but I really want to go in with, let's go in with this shade right here for the crease shade. And I'm just going to take a Morphe M433 brush, and we're just going to go in the crease and start blending that in. MAC Painterly Paint Pot is a little tacky on the eye, but it kind of sets itself. You don't have to go in with a powder or anything to set it, which I like. Because if you just use concealer on the eyes, you know that it's going to crease. You do have to go in and set it, whereas with this eyeshadow primer, you don't have to. But it's not as sticky as the, what is it called? The P. Louise base. It's not as sticky as the P. Louise base. So I kind of like this one. I think the P. Louise base one makes the colors more vibrant, but I think the colors blend better with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot, if that makes sense. Just because the P. Louise one, it's very tacky. So sometimes I find that when I'm going in and blending, it's kind of like sometimes difficult for my brush to really just like smoothly glide over the primer because it's so tacky. I find with that primer, you should tap your eyeshadow on your eye first, place it where you want it, and then go in and blend it. That just for me is what works with that primer whenever I use it. But like I said, nowadays you can just use a concealer from the drugstore and a powder, any setting powder that you want, or even set it with an eyeshadow. You can set it with a neutral eyeshadow color that matches your skin tone, and it'll work just fine. The next shade I want to go in with is this orange shade right here. This is giving me like pumpkin vibes, you know what I'm saying? This looks really beautiful. Such a cool fall color. And again, we're just gonna do the same thing, but I'm gonna bring it a little bit lower in the eye. You guys, I love fall makeup. Honestly, it's probably my favorite makeup, like seasonally, you know what I mean? It's just fall makeup is so beautiful, like the neutral colors, and I don't know, there's just something about it that's so satisfying to me to put like orange tones and, you know, browny red tones on my eye. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just because I have brown eyes and I think that like those colors look the best with brown eyes. I mean, any eye color can pull them off, obviously. You don't have to have brown eyes to wear neutral eyeshadow, but I don't know, there's just something about doing a fall look that really gets me going. Also, you guys, so I want to tell you an Invisalign update, and if any of you that are watching this have done Invisalign, please let me know if this has happened to you in the comments. Literally, one of my buttons fell off of my teeth, and I believe I swallowed it because I was eating some pizza, and you know, I swallowed the piece and I felt something pretty sharp like go down, but I didn't think anything of it, right? Because like, why would I? And then, you know, when I went to brush my teeth that night, I noticed that my button was missing from my tooth, and I'm like, oh my god, I must have swallowed my button. Go me. So yeah, I swallowed my button. I called my dentist, and my next appointment is about a month away, so they told me just to keep wearing my trays, and then they'll put the button back on when I go to my next appointment. But low-key, I hope I don't have to pay for a new button because Invisalign is really expensive. I'll do a video on it sometime later on, but I hope I don't have to pay for the new button. And it sucks because now that tooth isn't gonna really move while the other teeth are moving. And also what I noticed with this tray, let's go in with another color real quick. Let's go in with this shade right here. It's like a reddy brown color. I noticed with this tray, so I'm on tray 5 out of 18, for those of you wondering, my teeth are kind of at this awkward stage where it's like, I can't, like if I fully bite down, it's awkward with my trays in. If my trays are out, I can fully bite down and it feels the same as it always has felt. But with my trays in, what's happening right now is when my teeth, the way they're touching, it's applying so much pressure. Like my top teeth are applying so much pressure on my bottom teeth with the way my teeth are sitting that my teeth, like the front bottom and the front top teeth, they're so uncomfortable. Like I feel like I have a toothache in all my teeth, you know what I mean? It's definitely tolerable. It's not like that bothersome. It's just like when I allow my teeth to touch, or like just now, like I swallow and my teeth slightly touch, like it does definitely hurt. I don't know if it's normal. Personally, I think it's just my teeth because my case is a little bit unique. So I don't think that probably happens with everybody, but for me, it's kind of weird. And like to move my 2 front top teeth, it's going to be a little difficult, I think, for me because I have to get them over my bottom teeth. So when I will chew during that, I know it's going to be hard because, you know, I don't want my teeth to scrape against each other. I know you know that feeling. I know you have felt your teeth grind against each other and it just like sends chills down your spine. I do not want that to happen to me. So I'm trying to be like really careful with chewing and just like, you know, anything, anytime I'm eating or, you know, talking, trying to like really focus on my teeth not hitting so hard. But yeah, that's the update. They said once I get to tray 7, which is in about a month, that I can probably start switching my trays more often and not having to wear them as long because my teeth are moving like they should be, they said, which thank goodness, because to be honest, I really don't notice any difference in my teeth yet. I know that they definitely have shaven down some of my teeth, just like only 0.4 of a millimeter, so you don't even notice it. But when I floss, I can feel the space with the floss, obviously, and the tighter my trays get and I put floss in, like I can tell the space is getting smaller because it's getting harder to put the floss in, you know what I mean? So that's cool, but as of like looking in the mirror and like biting down, I don't notice any like drastic changes in my teeth yet. I'm also going to apply this eyeshadow right on the inner corner. I'm going to do a halo eye. You guys know I love doing halo eyes. They're literally my favorite to do. And also I find them to be the easiest to do eyeshadow wise. So this is what the eye's looking like so far. You can see the colors are super pigmented and they blend really, really well. That's why I love this palette. You get such a good range of colors, and honestly, for the price, it's so affordable for the color payoff and the quality that you're getting. So actually for the lid shade, I think, which one should we go in with? I don't even know, you guys. Let's go in with this copper shade right here. Let's go in with that. That's just kind of gonna be on theme with this look. So I'm actually gonna use my finger and apply that. Definitely, if you want, you can use some Fix Plus. That will also make the shadow, you know, pop a little bit, but I really don't even think you need Fix Plus, you know what I mean? Like this look, it looks so good, and you can see like the shimmery pigment, which I like, and there's really not that much fallout on my face whatsoever. I don't even really see any fallout, so thank God. The camera probably sees it, but to my eyes, I don't see any fallout. So what I'm gonna do from here on out, I'm gonna do the other eye off camera, and then we will be back to finish up the lower lash line and finish up the face makeup. All right, so finish up the other eye. Let's go in with the lower lash line. I think I actually want to do a pop of pink on the lower lash line. So let's go in with this pink right here. Kind of like a fuchsia shade, if you will. And I'm gonna take a pencil brush, take a little bit of that, and I want to try to keep it concentrated and really get it as close to the lash line as I can. You guys, doing my lower lash line stresses me out. Even though I only use like 1 or 2 colors, it's just sometimes I really poke my eye, and if you wear contacts, you know that getting anything on your eye, it sucks. It's so painful, and it stays on your lens, and you have to struggle to take your lens out, and you can barely keep your eye open, but you have to force your eye open to keep your lens out, or to get your lens out. I hate going on my lower lash line sometimes because it's stressing me out. Actually, I don't know why I'm going in with my lower lash line makeup, because I wanted to do my face makeup, but it's cool. It's cool. We'll figure it out. If the concealer messes it up, we'll just go in and redo it. But I kind of like the pop of pink on the lash line. I know some people do their lash line first and then they go in with concealer, but it's not it for me. So normally I would do my face makeup, finish my face, and then go in with the lower lash line, but I got a little ahead of myself, as you can tell. I'm just blending out the edges. So let's stop here and let's go in with the face makeup. You guys know that this was my holy grail favorite foundation for months and months and months. I did do a video on it, so I have a video up on my channel if you want to hear my thoughts and everything, but this is the Wet n Wild Photofocus foundation, the dewy version. They have a matte version as well, which is... What am I doing? Hold on. I need to prime my face first. I'm getting so ahead of myself, you guys. Let's do primer first. So this was one of my favorite primers for literally ever. It's still one of my favorite primers. I just haven't used it in so long. This is the Fenty Beauty Hydrating Primer. You guys know I love this. It's so good for dry skin. The only thing I don't care about is the scent. The scent, very strong. And I'm really not a fragrance person, but it's definitely strong for sure. But it leaves the skin so hydrated. And it feels like water seeping right into the skin. You have to get it. It's such a silky feeling on your face. I would literally wear this without even wearing makeup. Like, I know that sounds crazy, but that's how good it feels on your skin. You're not going to get any pore filling with this, but it's definitely so hydrating that if you have dry skin, you need to try this at least once. You need to try it. Now we can go in with foundation. This is the Wet n Wild Photofocus Dewy Foundation. They do have a matte version as well, which is really good, but for me personally, because like I said, I have dry skin, I like the dewy version a little better. I love the spatula on this thing. I know a lot of people are very against it, but listen. I can control how much product I want on my face, and I would rather have that. I don't think, to me, it's not unhygienic because I literally wash my face before I put makeup on. You know, my face is clean, so it's not like I'm, you know, I have all this dirt on my face and then I'm going in with a spatula, you know, and contaminating my product. I don't look at it like that. I'm gonna go in with my Beauty Blender. I used to always only just use Beauty Blender, but now I use a lot of different sponges. I don't even buy Beauty Blender anymore. I like them, but there's just so many cheap dupes now that you can get that you don't need to spend $20 on a sponge anymore. So I'm just putting a super light layer of this on my skin, but you can build it up, of course, if you want more coverage, but this just leaves such a beautiful glow to the skin, and it covers pretty well. As well, it's a medium coverage, but you can build it up to be full as well. Like I said, I have a video up of this foundation on my channel where I review it more in depth, so you may check that out if you want to. But you can see how glowy my skin looks with that primer and this foundation. Like, your skin just looks healthy, you know, it looks really plump. And low-key, this is still one of my favorite foundations that I've ever bought, no lie. And it's $5 or $6, so you can't beat it. So like I said, I did a super light layer so you can still see my imperfections, but we're gonna go in with concealer and cover them up. This is the Milani Conceal and Perfect concealer. You guys know I love this stuff. I used it for a very long time, and like, I wouldn't even consider buying another concealer at the time I was using this. I was just so hooked on it. This is in the shade 110 Ivory Nude, and I'm gonna go in and put this right under the eyes. What's weird is this smells like alcohol and Clinique mixed. You know that if you try Clinique, you know it has like a unique scent. But this smells like straight up alcohol and Clinique. I don't even know how to describe it. So I don't like the smell, but it does cover so much. It's so good, you guys. I find that this shade 110 Nude Ivory has kind of like a peach undertone, which is really good for canceling out any darkness that you have. Like, I definitely have dark spots on my face. They kind of look like freckles, but I've never had freckles growing up, and now suddenly I'm developing these dark spots, which I don't know, can they be considered freckles? I really don't even know because I've never had them before. But I've been getting them where I've had old acne. So like any acne that has healed, I've been getting like a dark spot around this area, which you can see I have 2 dark spots there, and they're flat. They're flat against the skin. They're not even bumps or anything, but they just look like freckles now. So I don't know if they're considered freckles or dark spots, but I didn't want them there, okay? I was kind of upset at one point. I'm over it now because, you know, it is what it is. When you get older and, you know, you're in the sun and you're not wearing SPF, you're going to get dark spots because it's just how it is. You know, sometimes we forget to put on our SPF. So yeah, I guess I'm getting freckles now, which I've never had. So like, I think freckles are beautiful on other people, but for me, I'm just like, this looks weird, right? Because like, I've never seen myself with it. So to me, it just looks weird. I do like faux freckles though, like putting on my own freckles because you can control that, you know what I mean? Whereas like some people hate their freckles and they have so many of them, but I think they're so beautiful and so should you. So you can see this concealer covers literally like your whole existence. It's so good. For powder, we're gonna go in with this Too Faced Ethereal setting powder. You guys know, if you've been watching my channel, all of these products, I think except one, have been featured on my channel in some way or another. But this powder I used a lot. Actually, I'm almost empty. I'm literally almost empty. I would definitely repurchase this powder. I don't pick it up as often anymore just because now I use the Haley's Beauty powder, but I really do like this, and Laura Mercier. Those were my top 2 powders for the longest time, and they're both really, really good. So whether you want a high-end powder or more of a drugstore powder, I think both options are good. I definitely have more high-end powders than I do drugstore, just because I don't know, I don't think the drugstore has that many good powders, but that could be because I haven't tried a lot of drugstore powders either. But the Haley's Beauty one is really good. That you can get at some Targets. It is a little bit expensive. It's a lot expensive actually for the drugstore, quote unquote, but I'm telling you, it's worth it. It's better than Laura Mercier. It's better than this powder. It's truly really good. It puts a filter on your face, but this also really smooths out the face too. So, you know, if you are on the fence for a high-end powder and you want something that gives a really smoothing result, then I definitely would recommend this powder to you. So now that we're done with powder, we can go in with bronzer. This is the Revolution Mega Bronzer in the shade 01 Cool. You guys, this is literally bigger than my whole hand, as you can see. You get so much product in this, but it's so beautiful. And it is a cool tone bronzer, so sometimes I like a cool tone bronzer. I know it's not for everybody, and especially if you have like a really warm skin tone, it probably wouldn't look good on you. But I don't know, I kind of like cool tones. This is more of like, I would say it's warm with cool tone. Like I would say it's probably a little neutral. I don't think it's that cool of a tone. Like it doesn't look gray or anything, but it's really, really pigmented, and it's from the drugstore, of course, so you cannot beat the price. It blends really well, and super pigmented too. It just leaves a really nice bronze to the skin without looking too muddy, because with fair skin, you know that sometimes your bronzer can look a little muddy depending on the shade that you pick up. It looks good, and I like to sometimes like go back in with my beauty blender and kind of carve out the bottom a little bit, just for a little bit of a sharper effect, if you will. For blush, you guys know this is hands down one of my favorite blush palettes of all time. This is the Catrice X Eman palette. You can see here, so freaking beautiful. I use this nonstop for a very long time, and I miss using it. I really do. I forgot about it because I use a lot of BH products now for my blush, but this is also really good. I'm gonna take the orange shade right here and put that right on the apples of the cheeks. I think I paid like $11 for this, and you get 4 blushes, so I really, really like that. It's not a bad deal whatsoever, and the blushes, they're so pigmented. So you can see we got the blush on. We're looking super peachy and corally, and I love it. For highlighter, I really didn't talk about this on my channel. I don't even think I've ever talked about it on my channel. I could be wrong, but I really like this Ofra highlighter. This is the Nikki Tutorials collaboration. This is in the color Glazed Donut. It's literally one of the most blinding highlighters you will ever use in your whole life. I'm not even playing. And yeah, I love this. This stuff is so good. It was my go-to for quite some time. You guys can see how blinding it is. I barely dip my brush in because if you put too much of this on, I think that it'll bring out texture a little bit. So you have to be so light-handed with it. Tap off the excess too. But you can see this is perfect for fair toned people. It's so good. Like when I watched her video and she was doing swatches, this came out a long time ago. I had to buy it because it's so pigmented and it's white, but it doesn't like leave like your cheekbones looking white. You know what I mean? I don't know. I feel like some highlighters that are way too white, or even like translucent powders that are stark white, can kind of leave like a white cast on the face. This does not do that. For mascara, I actually have two here that are my go-to, that were my go-to favorites. I have the Nars Climax mascara right here, and I also have the Milk Makeup Kush mascara right here as well. Love these both. I think my Climax mascara is actually, I think it's empty, and it's literally empty, and I just haven't gotten rid of the product, the packaging. But let's go on with the Kush mascara. The only thing I don't like about this is it literally takes ages to dry. It just doesn't dry very fast, but it does lift the lashes. It separates them. It gives you really nice volume. Try not to get it in your hair though, like me. But this stuff is really good. And I do miss using it, but the reason I stopped was because it just doesn't dry. I don't know if it's just my product, but ever since I bought this, I have to put the fan on for like literally a few minutes in order to get my product to dry. But you can see it's literally looking really good on the lashes. I don't think it gets clumpy that much. Then again, I don't put on a lot, and some people go crazy with their mascara, but I usually just put a really light coat on. One coat's fine with me, and then, you know, just so I can prep for some falsies. But you can see the lashes look really good. They look voluminous. They look lengthy. I feel like I have lash extensions sometimes when I use this mascara. And again, I'm just going to use a fan to dry it off, and then we will go in with some false lashes. For lashes, I really love, these are my first pair of lashes I think I ever bought. Not this specific package that I'm going to show you, but this brand and this same lash style. These are the Kiss lashes in the style Pageboy. I don't know. I saw these one day in the store, and like I knew I wanted to get involved in lashes, and I don't know, these just, I had to buy them. They looked so good. For lash glue, I'm actually going to use a current lash glue that I love. I'm going to go in with the Kiss glue liner. I did do a review of these on my channel last week, so you can check that out as my latest video aside of this one. And this was such a good product, so I'm just going to go in, quickly line the top of my eyes, and then we will apply the lashes. I'm just going to speed through it because, listen, it takes me so long, so here we go. So we got one eye done here. This liner says you shouldn't have any makeup on your eyes, any eyeshadow, nothing like that, but you can clearly see that it still works with makeup on the lid. And then we're just gonna sit this right on that liner, and it just immediately it sticks to the eye. Sorry if that was out of frame. I have to get so close to my mirror to see what the heck I'm doing sometimes. Yeah, it's definitely a very securing glue liner, if you know what I mean. Like, you can feel your lashes are stuck, which I personally like. I'm gonna do the same over here to the other eye. All right, and that was so easy and barely took any time. Oh, also, let's go in with some mascara on the lower lash line. I don't like going in with this on the lower lash line because it makes my lashes so long that I get some mascara transfer. So This is the face right now. Let's go in with some setting spray. This is the Milani Make It Last setting spray. This stuff is so good, you guys. Literally, if you don't want your makeup to budge, you gotta buy this. And it's like 10 bucks. It works so good. They actually have a jumbo size now, I saw, and I'm gonna have to pick that up. For lips, I don't have like an old favorite because I would never wear lipstick, to be honest. I would never even wear a lip liner. I wouldn't even consider it. But now I do, and I love it. So I'm gonna use the e.l.f. Retro Paradise pencil just to line the lips. Like that. And let's go in with some gloss. This is the Dominique Cosmetics Lemonade Gloss. I love this stuff, you guys. And lately, this is what I've been doing, just lining my lips and putting a gloss on. Now we have fuller lips. It looks like we got lip injections. And we're looking juicy. So yeah, you guys, that is it for this video. These are all my old favorites. I still miss these products. Like, I would love to keep using these, and I of course will. It's just sometimes with new makeup, you kind of forget, you know, what your OG favorites were. So I really liked filming this video and just like reminiscing and kind of having flashbacks and deja vu. These products that I love, and I of course still love them. My opinions have not changed on any of these products, and like I said, I have featured all of these products, I think, except the highlighter, on my channel. So if you look back at my older videos, you will see I've mentioned all of these products before. But this is the face. What do you guys think? Do you guys like the makeup? I like it. I think it looks very fall vibes, if you will. It looks so good. Let me know in the comments below if you like it. Give it a thumbs up, the video, if you liked it as well. And in the comments, let me know if you own any of these products. Do you love them? Do you hate them? Do you want to try them? What's the tea? What's your thoughts? Let's talk down below. So yeah, guys, I will see you guys in my next video. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.